also signing the wall. Judy's already done it, so I'm going to write my name down there. Okay, done. It's also time to throw away my ultras. You can see, great hole there, hole on the side, hole there, hole on the side. So tread also quite worn. And Judy has already put hers in there, but she really liked them, but they've got holes in as well. Okay. 4th pair of shoes for me, 5th pair of shoes for Judy. Good morning. This is the morning after the last day. Judy and I are going to go and explore Bluff a bit, pick up our medals, and we'll take you along for the ride. I'm feeling good. I'm glad I'm not walking today. Hi, this is Kay.
Hello, this is Kay from Bluff Lodge. We love TA walkers. Please come stay at Bluff Lodge.
Yes, it's a wonderful place to stay. So, yeah, thanks,
Enjoy.
Kay. All right. Coffee and a bit of breakfast first. Golden Age Tavern. That's where we had our meal last night. Taking a stroll through Bluff. Lots of colour. Buildings are colourful too.
Hey,
Hi! How are you feeling this morning, Judy?
Good, surprisingly refreshed.
Yes,
It's
yes.
amazing. It was a little bit of what we need to pack all our gear and go and hike today.
Yeah.
So we have
don't.
organised all our gear, but we've left it at the backpackers and
Yes.
we're wandering around Bluff, but
Yeah.
feeling refreshed. I'm sure some tiredness is going to kick in a few days.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's brisk here. It's pretty chilly,
It is, it's cold.
but not stopped raining.
It has stopped raining. Yeah.
So wandering around Bluff,
Yep.
looking at all the lovely historic buildings.
Yep. This is where we come to get our medal. Well, that's the medal. It says, made it. Cape Reinga to Bluff. Perfect. And I've got one for Maud as well. We're standing outside Southern Comfort Backpackers.
We're in the Cargill.
We're in Cargill and we're waiting for our shuttle to take us to Queenstown.
Yep. So last leg before we get the flight home.
Yeah, and it's a nice sunny day, and we still intend to do our reflections, but we'll probably do it later today now.
Yeah, we sort of ran out of time. We
Yeah.
had a really lovely stay here, but we just did a massive gear
Gear,
clean up when
yeah.
we got in the afternoon.
Yeah, it was big.
So yeah, everything was probably even dirtier than we thought.
Yeah.
And full of sandflies, dead
Yeah,
squished
the tent
sandflies
was,
to get
wasn't
out of
it?
the
Yeah.
tent and out of the little nooks and crannies in the tent. So we had
Yeah.
a sandfly collection to get rid of.
And I was particularly tired yesterday, so but feeling better today. So anyway, we're going to go shopping this afternoon. So okay, talk to you later. Bye. Well, we're having yet another meal to celebrate.
Can't have too much celebration.
No, that's right. We're at Giovi.
Remarkable park shopping centre, I think it is. We're staying nice and close. And it's really cold outside.
It's really cold. So we've got focaccia to start with, and then we've got pasta coming. Good morning. This is the day that Judy and I fly home to Brisbane, and we just wanted to say a few words before we go. We've been off the trail now for 2 days. I still don't really know how I feel about that. I don't think it's really sunk in. But anyway, Judy, you do a bit of chatting. Yeah. I'm actually kind of like stuck for words.
We're actually sitting at an airport hotel, so we do fly out this afternoon. We have been pretty busy getting organised to get going, so it's been really lovely to get up this morning. And you know, we sort of think of it as reflections, and the primary reflection we have is one of gratitude. It has really hit home to us just how much it's meant to us to have our family, friends, supporters, people we know, people we don't know. It's just been incredible support, firstly from home. To be away for this long means our lovely family and friends at home have had to cover our responsibilities, cover us, support us in doing this long adventure.
Yes, very long adventure.
But in New Zealand as well, it's just been one of gratitude. The New Zealand people have been overwhelmingly kind and generous.
And
trail life, trail angels.
yes, yeah.
We talked about that we've slept in so many different places.
Yes, we have,
backyards, front yards, fruit orchards,
the bus,
caravans, caravan annex, huts, tents,
yeah.
And that's all been made possible by the generosity, but also generosity of other visitors to New Zealand.
Yes.
When we have had to hitch on and off trail,
yes.
I think half the time I was picked up by other travellers,
yes.
and they're curious about what you're doing.
Yeah.
So incredibly special people we met along the way and travelled with at times. We'd be in the same bubble.
Yes.
And we actually said that it would be too hard to try to name everybody because invariably we're going to stuff up and leave someone out.
Yeah.
But we did actually specifically hike with some people.
Yes, and we'd like to mention them.
Yes.
So then, of course, there was Sarah and the Tararoas.
We both hiked with Sarah.
Yeah.
That was a really special thing to have someone else come and join us and to see if it would work, like adding a third hiker in. And it did.
And it did.
So thank you, Sarah. It was awesome. New perspective.
Yeah.
And then Nikki hiked with
James, and that was a real treat. That was lovely. It was lovely to have his company, and his he actually said, you know, the TA is a lot tougher than he had imagined, and he was tired after that week, but he was on the back of all the things he'd done.
Just a few little things he did before then.
Just a few little things, like running across mountains. But anyway, and then Maud, of course, who I hiked with more recently. And that was just the pleasure to meet her and share some of the TA with her. So we both got the opportunity when we were solo hiking to just, you know, to spend more time with other people, and that was also really special.
It was good. It actually, as I think I said earlier, it really made you conscious of engaging more and being a bit more self-sufficient, and then if you didn't interact, then you were going to have a pretty lonely time. I mean, we always interacted, but you just upped at a level in terms of making that connection with other people. And again, thank you to the very many special people that we hiked alongside and around and before and after. And because we sort of went home to Australia, we actually got to see more bubbles.
Yes.
Yeah, we're on trail longer than most, so we actually probably got to see more people.
Yeah, we had a Wanganui river bubble as well.
They were amazing.
And I saw Charlie and Lucy again later.
Anyway. But we and then we'll stop.
Yeah, because all the names.
All the names.
Hannah.
Anyway, too many fabulous people.
Lisa.
Pete and Gail.
I know.
Lord, well, there you go. We weren't going to do that, but these fabulous people that we did meet. And look, I have spent some time the last 2 days just in reflection of when we set out on this, what was I hoping to get out of it? And I know Nikki had some things, and I've sort of put it into a few different buckets, and I'm sure there's some similarities there. But the first bucket coming out here was a big adventure. Well, we got that.
Yeah, we definitely got that.
And if you look at the range of landscapes, we did beaches, mountains, forests, rivers, streams, all of that stuff. Alpine.
Yeah. So barren alpine. And
snowy alpine.
Rocky alpine. Yeah.
So it was certainly the big adventure. Another one was to build resilience, and you can't help but build resilience. But the one that came with it, which is a nice surprise, is patience. Sometimes we did that better than others. But
we both had to practice that.
We had to do more patience because we've both been sort of go, get it done now. So resilience definitely builds from this sort of thing. But the patience bit was at times we would both be hiking and going, will this uphill climb ever stop?
Yeah.
And we go, yes, it will.
Yes, it will.
And in the end we'd say, we will eventually get there. It will eventually stop. Or will the mud ever stop?
Yeah.
Will we ever get out of this forest?
Yeah. Well, will we ever actually get to the end?
Yeah.
And we did.
So that was another one. Another one that I was, I guess, looking for, and it did deliver on, was simplicity. And apparently that's the most common thing people talk about.
Yes, because life becomes very, very simple. Yeah.
But the reflection was just how little we need to be happy.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I agree. But I must admit, I am also looking forward to going back home and having some of the
creature
other
comforts. not
like
having
a bath.
and like having more than 2 sets of clothes, day clothes and night clothes.
Yes, that would be nice.
You actually go back and have some other things and possessions, but it does really make you reflect on how little you need.
Yes.
And I'd like to think going home that I have that focus on simplification as well, to carry a little bit of it back within
Yes.
practicality.
Yes,
Yeah. So as well. And then the final one I had was that much time away from home as you reflect on home. And again, it's that gratitude thing. I just feel so lucky to have everyone and everything I love and need waiting right back at home for me. And that's what I'm looking forward to the most, to really have a fresh set of eyes and appreciate what you have and to enjoy that.
And I think that's something that's a little bit different as older hikers, is that you do have that to go back to, because I know that a lot of younger hikers do struggle a little bit with that, because they're having to then go home and then possibly just looking for the next adventure, whereas we've got a lot to do at home. So that's good.
So what about you for yourself? That was the buckets I sort of thought of when I was reflecting. Was there anything?
Well,
else?
I have at times felt overwhelmingly emotional about just being in New Zealand. I've been in different places and just felt quite emotional about the beauty of the country and the beauty of the people, and I'm very grateful to have been able to have experienced that, and the privilege and honour to walk through this amazing country, because it is amazing. I'm going to come back again. And then reflecting on family, like Judy has said, you know, you really have a lot of time to think about your loved ones, and at the end of the day, that's what it all boils down to, is so that's nice to be able to go back to them. Can't wait to see everybody again.
And there's one, I guess, overarching thing. We got to do the Te Araroa because there is a Te Araroa. And the amount of effort and work that goes into that existing, being available. And again, there's so many support tools. Obviously, Department of Conservation, Department of Conservation, DOC have a massive amount of assets and things to manage. And then there's the TA Trust, which make it all possible.
And Dennis Stanton, we wanted
in particular,
to mention.
Dennis Stanton is a TA legend. And I don't know how he does it, but he's across all of these different Facebook pages and WhatsApp groups like lightning. He must have a buzzer that goes off all the time. So we really appreciate that, and I know whenever anything major has happened, he's been the first one there to start coordinating and doing whatever he can. So it's been truly appreciated, and there are a lot of other people along the way that we met that are volunteers that go and work on the huts
and things. Well, we came across a few of them, didn't we?
We either met them at the huts or met them out and about, and
that might also be a way to give back. Actually, is on a trip next time, maybe get involved in a bit of hut,
involved in a hut,
just do some
tidy
voluntary work.
But that was probably the one that there's only a Te Araroa because of all that work that goes into making it happen.
It started with an idea, someone's idea, and then the fact that we did the TA was an idea. It started with an idea and a conversation, and
that's
now
where it ended.
We've done it.
And look, probably the only other thing I thought was worth covering was how did it work best for us? And that was, I think, because it's in your everyday life, you have a role. So Nikki's had an enormous role in doing the YouTube. It's a huge time commitment. So she's had to, to actually have to film every day, and days you don't necessarily feel like doing that. To capture it all, to then go through and edit. Although you're a light editor, it is what it is. It goes up, but you've still got to put it all in and upload it.
It was more also working on them when I got Wi-Fi. I had to kind of wait until everybody else had gone to bed, so they weren't using the Wi-Fi, and so I'd do it at odd hours.
But it's a big, huge time commitment.
And then you did all the logistics queen. She was, what was it? We call you Joogle.
At home I'm Joogle for Judy and Google. But that worked well together, because when we did get to our downtime, we had stuff to get on with.
And it was time consuming doing all the logistics.
Logistics are pretty major. Even planning your next section, like
food supply.
What we needed, how long we thought we'd take, what's the weather like here, what's the weather like at the other end, tides, rivers, shuttles. So, but that sort of worked well for us, that we did it as a team, and Nikki would have to get in and immediately start on the YouTube and get underway, and then I would just get on with whatever planning needed to happen and start working through that. So I think that worked really well for us.
Yes, it did.
It gave us our roles as well.
Yes, because if you imagine having to do all of that, It would just be
But it is a big logistical one to do, but it's not impossible.
Not impossible, no.
Like most things, a step at a time.
Yes, yeah. Did we want to talk about maybe just a few future plans, what we're going to do, because after the trail it's important to have other projects and things. I might just kick off.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
I'm going to, I need to discuss this with my husband, but I want to train for another ultra. There's a 50-kilometre trail run, which is run in Brisbane, called Guzzler. So that's in July. And then another thing that I'm doing with my husband is doing the Eurovetta 15 bikepacking trip in September. So if anyone's interested to watch that, I do ride a bike, but I'm not the best. But so I've got future plans. I want to come back to New Zealand. I want to complete all of the Great Walks. I've done some of them, but not all of them. I'll be coming back to New Zealand. You can't not, can you? Yeah.
And for myself, I won't be doing, we've done the Guzzler a couple of times together before. I won't be, it's not smart to go out. It's lots of elevation. It's not a flat trail run. It's one with lots of elevation. Part of me wants to do it, but I know I need to properly rest my ankle now. If I go over again, it needs to be repaired. So the Guzzler might have to be a next year thing. But while I was on the TA, I've been in semi-retirement, and my reflection was I'm also retired, so I go home to a retired lifestyle. I put the resignation in while I was away. I think that was Lake Tekapo.
Lake Tekapo, yeah. You said, I'm just going to do my resignation.
And by the time we got past Tiana, it was effective. I have retired, but we do have plans with my husband. We'll do some short trips. But we're back in Queenstown in November for a big milestone birthday with all the family, which is lovely. And it'll be so interesting not doing it in a backpackers and a tent. We've got some lovely friends where we can use their accommodation. They have a beautiful villa. So we will go from backpackers and tents to beautiful accommodation, luxury style. So it'll be good to do it in a different way and some different activities at this stage. But I'll go back. We don't know what we weigh. We'll weigh ourselves when we get home. I'm going to go back and already do Pilates, but I'm going to do some weight training. I think we need to build up a little bit of,
because we've actually lost muscle. Which sounds,
you're losing fat and some muscle as well. We so we'll look to do that.
Yes. So lots of things to look forward to, but I think we just end with saying thank you, thank you, thank you,
thank you,
and thank you.
We're going to pop over the road from the Holiday Inn, and we're going to go and have a bit of breakfast. You know, got to keep eating. Our last meal in New Zealand.
We've had breakfast and I forgot to film the food.
Okay, well, we are doing the last 1.6 kilometres of walking to the airport.
Because you couldn't get an airport shuttle.
No.
A bit of recovery walking.
Yes,
we thought we'd walk our packs over.
Yeah, and we've got time, and it's a beautiful day.
Stunning.
A little bit chilly, but it's sunshine.
We were down to 3 degrees this morning, but we didn't emerge for breakfast until a more respectable time. But it was 3 degrees outside, supposedly.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Well, this really is coming to an end. We'll be at the airport soon. Backwards glance, they are the Remarkables. Stunning. Stunning to the end. Oh, stunning day. Walking to the airport. What a weird feeling. It's kind of nice having you back on your back again, but it is coming to an end, and I have to accept that. The helicopter has just landed. Judy's just checking we're going in the right direction for the airport. That's where we've come from. And the airport is that way.